Yeah,
We're
you're good
getting
to
the
start.
thumbs up. Okay, fabulous. This is the last sequence of this, or this is the last time we'll do this sequence. It's pretty hard. I love it. I don't know how you guys feel about restorative yoga, but let me know because I could mix a little more of that in next time. Just keep me updated. But awesome. Welcome to Vinyasa Sculpt. We'll begin in child's pose today. Spread your knees out wide, sit on your heels, and then slowly melt your chest down to the ground, bringing your shoulders and arms above your head. Take a few deep cleansing breaths here. Feel yourself settle into the mat. Beginning to slow your mind down. Maybe there was a little stress or other things on your mind before you arrived on your mat this morning. But for right now, challenge you to just bring your attention here. When you feel your mind wandering away from your breath or the current posture you're in, just take note of where it's going and slowly bring it back. Throughout class, we're engaging this ujjayi breath, meaning sealing your lips at the top and bottom of your breathing. If you haven't done so already, start to practice that now. Start to heat up. This will help you get into postures a little more deeply. Whenever you feel overheated, you can feel free to ditch the breath into open mouth breathing. And take a few minutes here to set an intention for class. Why are you here today? Maybe take a body scan. Maybe set the intention to take care of one part of your body, or just to take care of yourself, keeping yourself grounded in the postures today. Whatever the intention is, let's seal it with one big inhale. Inhale through your nose, your back will rise, stretch even further. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Sweet release. Great. Let's come up into tabletop pose. So close your knees to hips distance apart. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. And take a few cat-cows here, looking up, curling your tail behind you. Exhale, look between your thumbs, puff out your spine. Take a few of these on your own time, beginning to open up into your core, elongating your back, connecting breath to movement. Find a neutral tabletop, curl your toes under, and hover your knees just 1 or 2 inches off the ground. We're firing up our core here. Make sure your shoulders are still over your wrists. Breathe. If you want an added challenge, extend your right leg long. Feel how the balance shifts and just adjust accordingly. If you want an extra challenge, come onto your left fingertips and maybe even extend your left arm long for this kind of pseudo bird dog. If you feel very comfortable here, try a crunch. Bring your knee to your elbow. Maybe you fall out of it like I am. But wherever you are, take a few of these if you can, if you want to, and begin to shake and sweat in just the few first minutes of class. Oh my gosh, I am tired. Feel free to come off of your right or come down onto your left knee if that feels better. We're here for 4, 3, hover your knees in 2, and 1. Plant your left hand down, hover the knees just a few more seconds. Same options on the other side. Extend your left leg long, come onto your right fingertips. Maybe extend your right arm long too. Once you catch the balance, crunch, knee to elbow, extend, elongate, and crunch back. Make sure your hips are in line with each other. Keep your breath nice and strong. Woo, here we go. For 4, yes you can. For 3, down to the curls in 2, and 1. Hover your knee, curl your back. Woo, just for a few more seconds here. Once you're here, take a few dips. So slowly touch your knees to the ground and pop up. Nice and slow. Barely touch your knees to the ground. Just little tiny taps. Firing up your core. We're here for 4. Yes, you can. For 3, my shoulders are killing. Down to tabletop in 2. And 1, drop your knees, uncurl your toes. Take the cat-cow for a sweet release. Wow, that will always be the hardest start to class. I promise not every class begins like that. Breathe here. Bring your hands to your fingers facing the corner, the outer edges of your mat, and rock and roll left and right to get into your wrists. If that feels good, maybe even bring them 180 degrees so they're facing your knees, and rock and roll vertically, really opening up into those wrists. We spend so much time on our wrists, typing away all day in our chaturangas, so it's really good to give them some love. Maybe flip your palms so they're facing up and your fingertips are facing one another. Take little circles here. This is the most intense version. Nice. And then come to have a seat on your feet, butt to heels. Inhale your arms up, get nice and long. So we're in mountain pose from the waist up. Exhale, baby back bend, look up, chest up, elbows back. Feel this awesome chest shoulder opener. Inhale back up to mountain. Exhale, side bend to the right. Drop your right arm down, reach across with that left arm. Elbow behind the ear. Reach up rather than sideways first. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Left arm drops, the right arm reaches across. Get even longer here. Let's do that all one more time. Inhale up to mountain, reset your arms. Exhale, baby back bend, look up. Inhale up to mountain. Exhale, side bend to the right. Feel this awesome oblique stretch. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend to the left. Now that we're nice and open, plant your hands in front of you. Step back into high plank. And from here, immediately downward facing dog. Whew. And take a few breaths here. Connect to the down dog, taking stock of any tightness, any areas that need a little love. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Robert. Welcome. Maybe take your dog out for a walk. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, find a still downward facing dog. Your best posture yet. Inhale your right toes high, open, bend, and stretch the knee so you get this awesome right hip stretch. Maybe look underneath your right armpit to really engage in this kind of twist. Maybe take little circles, maybe stand still. Wherever you are, work that thigh back. Yes. And then inhale up to plank pose, knee to nose, and exhale and keep breathing here, knee to nose. So we're in plank, shoulders directly over wrists. Point your right foot and get your knee as high up on your chest as possible. We're firing up the core now. This is a really core intensive class. I recognize that, but you guys are so strong now. We've done it twice already. Beautiful. Bring your right hand to the center of the mat. Lift your left arm high, opening up to the side while your right knee is still off the ground. Woo, nice, awesome. Push up from your hands. Option to stay here. Option to take little swivels with your right knee, moving it up and down. Holy cow, this is really hard, guys. Woo. We're here for 4. Switch sides in 3. Yes, you can. For 2 and 1. Keep your knee off the ground. Bring your left hand down to the mat. Flip to the right side, opening up your right arm into a T. Right leg is up. Extend your right arm and right leg straight, like you're in a star. And then exhale, knee to elbow, crunch, extend, crunch, extend, crunch. Now we're getting our left side obliques. This is really challenging, guys, but you got it. Option to just stay in a side plank that's really hard enough. Whew. Yes, you can. I swear this is the hardest part of class. We're here for 4. Yes, you can. For 3, bring your foot next to your hand in 2. And 1, plant your right foot down, frame it with your hands, and lift immediately up into crescent lunge. Whew, nice. Breathe here. 9-degree bend in your right leg. You're in mountain pose from the waist up. You straighten your left leg, so maybe come up further onto your left toes by pushing your left foot back. Make sure you can see your right toes in front of you. Option to stay here, option to take those awesome pulses. I'm gonna stay in the crescent lunge. My hips need a little help. Get a little deeper if you can. Breathe. Take a basket grip behind your butt, puff up your chest, and look up. Get this really awesome chest shoulder opener. It challenges your balance to look somewhere else besides immediately in front of you. So have fun with that. Let go of the hand grip and immediately jump into one-legged mountain. Left leg to rise, right leg as root, and immediately swivel forward swing forward into warrior 3. Straighten out your left leg, reach forward with your 2 arms. So you're in like the Superman posture. In previous classes, we've tried a whole bunch of fun things in warrior 3. Option to take little knee pulses here if you want a little more in your glutes and your thigh, or option to take those awesome breaststrokes with your arms if you're looking for a little more arm engagement. The key here is to apply as much kind of fake pressure as possible. Wherever you are, even if it's just warrior 3, which is where I am today, breathe and bring your attention back to the posture. Lift your left leg even higher. And then immediately drop down into standing splits. Bring your hands down to the mat. Lift your left foot up. Keep your left foot up. Release any tension in your upper body, including your neck. You should feel this in your right side hamstring. Option to stay here, or option to come into a Shiva squat. Bend into your right leg. Bring your left knee behind your right. So you're in this tiny, tiny ball. And then pop up into straightening both legs, standing split. Nice. Inhale, lower, tiny ball Shiva. Exhale, pop up, get nice and tall. Take a few of these on your own time. You really want to bring your butt as far down as possible in your Shiva squat to get as much glute stuff as you can. If you want an added balancing posture, lift your hands off the mat, or even just come onto the fingertips and feel what it's like to just rely on your legs. We're here for 4. Yes, you can. For 3, bring your left foot down to meet your right in 2. And 1, left foot to meet right. Ragdoll, just bend over, spill over your thighs. Breathe. Inhale up to halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins or thighs. Create a flat spine, shoulders behind you. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into high plank, and then your chaturanga. Option to take the push-ups here. Keeping your elbows nice and close to your core. And then coming up, upward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale. Shine your chest, engage your glutes and your thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Woo! Nice. You guys are still with me? Beautiful. Inhale your left leg up this time. Open, bend, and stretch that knee. Get into that left hip. Open mouth breaths here if you're out of breath like me. Look behind your left armpit. Take any movements that feel good here. And then come forward, high plank, knee to nose. Pulse, pulse. Point your left toes. You're on the tippy toes of your right leg. Your upper body is in a slight curve because you're puffing up so much from your chest or from your hands. We're here for 4, 3, left arm as base in 2, and 1. Plant your left hand in the center. Inhale your right arm high so your left knee is off the ground and on the inside of your body. Option to stay here, option to take the swivels. I am so out of breath, guys. How are you today? Whew. Yes, you can. You are so strong, stronger than you think. Half of this is mindset, guys. It really is. We're here for 4. Switch sides. In 3, bump your hip up even more for 2. And 1, plant your right hand down. Switch to reach your left arm up. Straighten both your arm and your leg. And then crunch. Straighten, crunch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Yes, you can. Yes, Susanna. You guys look so strong. Hi, Judith. We're here for 4. 3, plant your left foot to right hand, and 2, and 1, bring your left toes down, frame out your foot with your hands. Inhale immediately up to crescent. Same options here. Option to stay here in crescent, option to take the little pulses. Wherever you are, bump that right hip to meet the left so they're in line. Engage your core, 90-degree bend at minimum for your left foot, left knee. If you want more of a challenge, bring your right toes even further back to straighten out your right leg. I feel this a lot in my right hip. If your arms are up, flip your pinkies in towards each other so they fire up your triceps. We're here for 4, 3, one-legged mountain, and 2, and 1, pop up onto your left foot. Right knee rises just as a transition, and then pop it back. Warrior 3, straightening out your arms, right leg behind you. Same options go here. Option to take the swimmers with your hands. Option to stand still in warrior 3, practicing the balance. Option to take the little knee bends. If you want less of a balance challenge, bring your hands to heart center. It will help reduce the weight that you have to balance. We're here for 4. Yes, you can. For 3, bring your leg even higher. For 2, and 1, standing splits. Release your hands down. Release any neck muscles, facial muscles. Just engage in this awesome left side hamstring stretch. It's really intense. Feel your glutes begin to fire up. Beautiful, guys. Option to stay here in this cool stretch. Option to come into a Shiva squat, bending into both knees, right knee behind left, and then popping back up, standing splits. Inhale, lower your tush down. Exhale, pop up, straighten up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, open, lower, open. You're off of your own pace. Wherever you are, match your breath to movement. That's the Vinyasa part of class. Option to take your hands off of the mat if you want a crazy added balancing stretch posture. Whew, we're here for 4. My left thigh, my left glute is killing. For 3, yes you can. For 2, meet your right toes down to your left. And 1, ragdoll pose. Bend over, spill over your thighs. Whew. Now both of our legs are evened out. Inhale up to halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs, flat spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank. Option to take your chaturanga push-ups. Option to just meet me in downward facing dog. Maybe you catch the upward facing dog, shine your chest, and then exhale. Take your dog out for a walk and breathe. Connect back to your breath here. We don't have that many moments of stillness or quiet in class, so relish in them when they come. Beautiful. Inhale, see your hands. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat, toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold, let it all spill down. Inhale, up to chair pose, bring your arms above your head, sit nice and deep into your knees. Engage your core to avoid a duck butt. All of your weight should be mostly in your heels so you can even wiggle your toes off of the ground. Breathe here. Can you sit even lower? My thighs are killing. If you want less of a balanced posture, open up your feet to hips distance apart. The more traditional version is toes somewhat touching. Sit nice and low. Inhale. Exhale, drinking bird. Bring your arms behind you, palms down, rising your heels off the ground. So toes are on the ground, triceps are engaged, and up behind you like you're a little hummingbird. Whew, this is a hard balancing posture. Sit your tush even lower, can you? Keeping your heels off the ground, slowly straighten up to stand while bringing your arms above you into mountain pose with heels off the ground. Whew. And then slowly lower down to drinking bird. Nice and slow movements here. Then rise back up to mountain. Option to sit your heels down on the ground and take the balance out of it, take the calf engagement out of it. Just practice these movements, but take them nice and slow. Be graceful with it to the best of your ability. And if you fall out, just come right back in. I challenge you to lift your heels even higher. Yes, you can. Right here for 4, 3, Malasana in 2, and 1, Malasana. Bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat, toes slightly facing out. Sit down in between your thighs, using your elbows to open up your hips, your inner legs. Option to stay here while I give a little demo. If you know what crow pose is, hello, mother, nice to see you. If you know what crow pose is, feel free to practice that right now. If you don't, we're gonna practice this together. Using your spidey grip, meaning your palms are not completely on the ground, but you have like a nice little give there. Bring your knees behind your triceps, bending into your arms to create a little shelf with your arms. Once your knees are comfortably on your triceps, look forward. Slowly bring all of your weight forward, an uncomfortable amount. So maybe you can lift one leg off the ground, maybe you can lift the other. Play with it. Have fun with it. Thomas's mom can do it, guys. This is amazing. She's schooling all of us today. If you know what crow is and you're very comfortable with it, we're gonna try a crow jump back, meaning we're gonna start in crow and then jumping back using all of our tricep muscles into plank pose. So begin your crow kind of at the top of your mat, catch the balance, knee to triceps, touch your toes, and then I don't even know if I can do this, but from there, you're popping straight back into plank pose. So you're up here and then boom, straighten your legs right behind you. Ah, that was hard. It takes a lot of tricep strength, a little luck, some balance. Have fun with it. And when you're ready to move on, just meet me in Malasana, opening up your hips, maybe taking a little swivels. I'm like sweating profusely. Nice. All right, let's move on. Plant your hands, step back into high plank, using all of your tricep and core engagement. Slowly lower down to the ground, just bending your arms incrementally more, all the way down so you can lower your chest and belly to the ground. Keeping your chin off the ground, lift up into cobra pose. So rise your chest off the ground, planting your toes in the mat. Don't use your hands to lift you up, just use your back to lift you up. Often even take your hands off of the mat. See how high you can bring your shoulders back, your chest up, engaging those back muscles. Inhale. Exhale, lie down, left cheek to the ground. Breathe here. Take a minute. Reconnect. Then bring your chin back to center. Grab for the inner outer sides of your feet and then puff up into bow pose. So your thighs are off the ground this time. You're using the connection of your hand and your foot to open up your chest. Can you get even higher? Bring your thighs close together. Hug them in to avoid any knee weird knee stuff. Breathe. Can you get even higher? Rock even further for 4, 3, highest posture in 2. Release your right cheek down. 1. Maybe kick your feet up and windshield wiper your shins to release some tension from your lower back. Nice job, guys. Bring your feet back down to the ground. Bring your chin back to center. Clasp your hands behind your butt and then pop up that way. So your hands are off the ground, your arms, triceps, using that awesome tricep strength, shoulder strength to move your chest even further up. We're here just for 4, 3, can you get even higher? And 2, and 1, release your favorite cheek to the mat. Straightening out your left arm. We're moving left. So slowly peel your right shoulder off the ground, keeping your left arm straight and behind you. Feel this awesome left shoulder stretch. Maybe plant your right foot behind your left knee. Just relax and slowly open up your chest here. Connecting back to breath. And slowly roll back to center, heading to the opposite side, straightening out your right arm. Keep rolling so your left shoulder is off the ground in parallel with right. Breathe. We're winding down now, guys. You made it through the tough part of class. Begin to bring your breath back to Ujjayi. And slowly come back to center. Popping back up into plank. And then however you want to get there, come back onto your back. So your feet are in front of you. You're lying down on your back. Nice. Let's try candle posture. So bring your knees into center. Maybe rock and roll your lower body up. So your lower back is completely off the ground. Maybe using your hands as a little tripod, and straining out your legs, moving your hips forward. So you're creating an I with your lower body. Nice, Susanna. Nice, Robert. Try it without your hands. See how that messes with your balance even more. And then from here, slowly lower to plow by bringing your feet all the way behind you, maybe to touch the ground, maybe don't, for this awesome kind of flipped forward fold. Wherever you are, keep your hips, your spine, and as straight of a line as possible. Maybe you take some scissor kicks here. So one leg is in candle, the other one is in plow. Or L kicks, I don't even know what you would call these. Have fun with it. Slowly bend both of your knees so you can lower your lower back down to the ground. Hug both knees in really quickly, straightening out your left leg, supine twist to the left. Guide your right knee with your left hand across your mat, stapling your right shoulder into the ground. To get into the fullest expression of this posture, straighten out your left leg. Maybe even move your left hip behind you to twist even more deeply. At this point of class, maybe you want to close your eyes. We're heading towards Shavasana, the meditative part of the class. And begin to lower your heart rate down. Slowly come back to center, hugging both knees in for a quick spinal reset. Straightening out your right leg this time. Use your right hand to guide your left knee to the right side of your mat. My lower back always cracks here. Stapling your left shoulder into the mat. And you twist even deeper by straightening out your right leg, moving your right hip behind you. And then when you're ready, slowly come back to center, both hips to the ground. Hug your knees in. Wrap your arms around your shins. Make connection with your forehead and your knees. You're in the tiniest ball possible. Sip in one big inhale breath. Take in even more air. Even more. And then open mouth, exhale, Savasana, Shavasana. Let it go, straightening out your arms, your legs. Feeling the weight of your body, your sweat, your joy melt into the mat. Take note of any connection you have to the mat, your backs of your hands, your elbows, your shoulders, your butt, your shins, your heels. Take a moment to bask in this stillness. Take a moment to thank yourself for arriving on your mat today. I'm going to read you a quick little poem to end class with. This is by Shelley on love. It's in Mary Oliver's book called Upstream. In solitude, or in that deserted state when we are surrounded by human beings, and yet they sympathize not with us. We love the flowers, the grass, and the waters and the sky. In the motion of the very leaves of spring and the blue air, there is then found a secret correspondence with our heart. With that, bring your knees into your chest. Take some light rock and rolls to the top of your mat, maybe keeping your eyes shut, coming into crisscross applesauce, facing your front room with a camera. Let's feel class with one big communal breath. Inhale through your nose, get nice and tall. Your biggest, longest, strongest breath ever. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Melt into the ground. Bring your hands to third eye, center the space between your eyebrows, your seat of intuition. Namaste means the light, the love, and the teacher in me honors and loves the light, the love, and the teacher in every one of you. We bow forward and we say Namaste. Oh my gosh. It was a pleasure. That was the end of that sequence. We'll have a new one for you next week.